weird, so I'm just gonna make sure everything's set up and going here. Hopefully it just, you know, works like magic. And does it pick it up? It does. Great. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a strictly Fire Sorceress build. Hardcore. Trying to take this all the way to hell. And never done this before. I know it's not a good build. That's kind of the point, that I might die along the way. But I think it's going to start out with a bunch of Firebolt, make its way to Fireball, eventually Meteor, I suppose Fire Mastery at some point. Now, I don't know what happens if I get to 30. Like, I don't know if I start putting this up before some other stuff. We'll see. I'll kind of do the math when I get there. I would like to do Hydra just because it's cool. But I'm also aware that
evil beware.
It's not a good skill by any measure of good. And as well, I am by no means a speed runner, but I've watched a lot of speed runs of this, and so I've got like a decent idea of kind of how to go about things, reading maps and stuff. Though I will say the Bloodmore is sometimes a map I don't totally properly read, but yeah, there's a few things here that I'll be doing to kind of optimize the speed by which I get to hell, assuming I make it that far. And that's really just because early in the game, it's you know, things aren't all that difficult. Not as interesting. The further you get, the more fun it's going to be. So, you know, why not just get there a bit faster? So yeah, I think the Den of Evil is like always off of the path here. Here we go. And then right, you're supposed to drop a TP, run to the Cold Plains waypoint. All that good stuff. Just slight optimizations. And then yeah, I don't know how much like farming or anything I'm going to end up doing if I do make it to kind of later levels, later points. I suppose I should have been picking more stuff up to get how much gold do I have? Nothing. To actually get like stamina potions and stuff, but it's alright, we'll make do with whatever we get in here. Again, not like a true speedrun by any means. Which I'm sure is apparently obvious to any viewer. Now, I do think it's going to be best, right? This is going to synergize with this, so yeah. Points in there aren't wasted. It's going to help early on, too. Hopefully I can... Well, I guess I can just save and quit for a quick TP if need be. Or in replacement for that, anyway. Ooh. Actually, Javelin's not too bad early on, and a staff. Very fond of that. Okay, Warmth is garbage. Wow. I feel like I'm actually getting lucky on these drops. One to Static is gonna... Oh, yeah. But if we're going full... If we're going full fire, I don't think we go Static at all. So it would just be energy and life, which I don't think it's going to be better than the one to Firebolt. See, you get excited for just a second there. You can't be excited. We're going crap, Bill. Which is going to be fun. Like, I've played this game so many times before that oftentimes I find I need to do some kind of weird stuff to keep it fun, keep it exciting. 3 to Frost Nova. Oh my. I mean, this is just a tease. That is crazy. 3 defrost, like, wouldn't that actually be an amazing speedrun staff? Jeez, at this early, like, yeah, this just seems bonkers. Oh, we'll grab that. Just, no, 1 socket. Not really good, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I tried some kind of like, I just want to see how speedrunning is, because it looks so fun. And it actually is. Like, it's not really for me to do any kind of insane optimization like that. Maybe insane is mean to speedrunners, but like, it really takes dedication to actually like realistically try to get any kinds of records, or you know, do anything of even close to what some of the top speedrunners do, and I just don't have that kind of dedication or anything like that. But you know, doing it for personal bests or something could be fun. I could see that being actually pretty interesting. Or you know, just figuring out how to get through the game faster, especially with Resurrected is going to come out soon. Yeah, everyone's going to be climbing up the ladder, whatever that's going to look like, and yeah, you're going to want a quick way through the game, and you know, learning to speedrun here, it's kind of fun. Plus, I mean, half the fun of this game is just making new characters all the time, right? Trying new things, so... Oh, this is gonna be so sad. I mean, that sucks. That's fine. Oh, it's so sad, but goodbye. I don't think I need these. We'll get these. Don't want to fill them. Don't really care that much. But really want stamina potions. Yeah, early on, and okay, maybe that's a bit much, but early on, you're really gonna want them. Might as well just get more firebolt, and then I can hop back on the waypoint here. Yeah, I also know, so in the speed run, normally you'll go to, how much is this doing? 7 to 10. In the speed run, you're going to, you know, go to the, what do you call it, the tower, and farm there for runes for a bit. I think I might do that for a little bit, just to, see if we can get a stealth or something. But if I don't get it after a little while, you know, I'll just move on, because it's a little boring to sit and farm the same areas again and again. Now I want to be sticking to the path. I'm not going to be doing any of these quests that are that don't give any kind of real boost from being like an optional quest. So the Blood Raven one, right? It's no good. What else? Here, like, I'll probably do Charcy's Hammer just because it's kind of along the way, and like I'll get Radamant, Skill Point, things like that. You know, I'm not going fully for speed, but certainly leaning that way if I got a choice to make. All right, now is this gonna be Blood Raven? It is, yeah. So this, I think it's because, yeah, because it's like right at a corner. So normally what happens, you know, I'm good enough to read the maps once I know that I've made a mistake. But I think it like branches out at some point, right? So the path somewhere along the way, I guess back here. Yeah, back here would have branched out. And then one of these is going to lead you to the Stony Field, which is kind of in the middle of the big square. for this map, and the other one's going to lead you to the corner, which is going to be the burial grounds. So that's why we ended up there. But again, not really on top of things enough to kind of see that ahead of time. Now, for anyone who's like unfamiliar with Diablo, I've been doing lots of talking about, you know, speed running and optimization, and just kind of assuming people know what's going on, because it's such an old game with a pretty big following, I would say. I mean, most people have played this at some point in their lives, and the experience shrine is super good here, but I think it's almost out, so I'm just gonna go mana regen. Yeah, you might be wondering things like, why aren't I picking up certain items? Why am I only putting points in vitality? The quick answer, obviously, if anyone has any specific questions, you can feel free to ask. But the quick answer is going to be vitality's the best stat by a mile, and the reason for that being, if you want more energy, you can get it really easily through items. You're going to find mana, you're going to find energy. So if you do need to sustain your build, gotta focus for a sec. It is hardcore, which means if we die once, we're dead for good. Okay, not too bad. These guys can be a little annoying.
I can't carry anymore.
Get most of this. See what the armor's about.
Can't use this yet.
Can't use it. Oh, one socket. Don't even need it. Yeah, so energy you're going to end up getting just kind of organically. Yeah, nothing else to really get here. And you will at some point need strength. Strength is going to help you use different pieces of equipment. You know, people, even if you're like a sorcerer, you're still going to want some strength-based equipment, armor and whatnot. I guess I have to go up here to leave. So that's kind of the only other one we care about. Dexterity, yeah, helps you with some equipment. Probably not going to put it up at all. You can get little bits from equipment here and there if you really need it. Maybe there's some specific items we come across. I don't, know every single item in the game to know if we're ever going to want it. But a lot of times dexterity is for like shields. It's going to help you block better. Or it's for certain kinds of weapons and stuff like scimitars and that, which again isn't really going to be our thing. We're just a spellcaster, and I think I might go up too far. No, maybe this is fine. So yeah, no dexterity, some strength, gonna get a lot of vitality, but you want the vitality early just so you're not dying in hardcores, basically the explanation for that. As far as not picking up equipment, a lot of it is, well, it's just not that good. So armor, for example, gives defense, which is gonna not decrease damage like you might think, but instead it's gonna give a chance to miss on enemies swinging, and that's just gonna be from like physical attacks as well. You're still gonna get hit by all the spells, and the amount that it actually reduces the chance to hit is quite small. Like, it's not something you want to invest in, because you're going to need literally thousands and thousands of defense to have any chance very, very late. And that's going to be like if you play a paladin or something like that. Oh, I just realized that it's going to make things difficult to get Cane if I want to do that. Not really a big deal to get him. So yeah, because we're not going like shield or anything like that, it means that the early defense points just aren't really going to be worth it. And then the modifiers on equipment as well, they're also not very good. So they might be like +1 strength, or you know, a couple percent resist. It's generally not going to be a lot of stuff that's gonna help you out. I like the belt because it gives you a second row of potions, which is kind of nice. So figured why not just pick up a magic belt there. And then the other stuff we're going to be looking for is like weapons. But as we get later and more stuff is dropping, it's going to be more appealing to actually pick up and get. So this is where the tower is that I was mentioning. We'll eventually find that. I might actually be going too fast as far as experience gains go. Maybe I need to be killing more stuff. But I think we're okay. And then this is another thing. You might be wondering, like, why do you run past certain guys and not kill them? And you stay and fight these other guys. So these sort of special elite boss monster guys, whatever they're officially called, I'm not sure. Of course, they're going to drop, you know, better equipment. But like I said, we're not really concerned about equipment. So why does it matter? Well, they give tons of experience. And not only do they give experience, but you see the guys that follow them, these minions, which here are extra fast and actually kind of a problem. These guys give like, I think it's like 400 or 500% the experience you would get from a normal version of those guys. So very much worth killing, though they are stronger. So of course it comes with extra risk, but at this point in the game, I mean, even these modifiers that these guys got, they're still really not that scary, right? Like, I'm not actually really worried about dying here. I could if I make a mistake, but yeah, actual chances of dying not that high. Of course, if you get hit, you know, locked in that kind of stun lock, that can get a little nasty. Well, I think I got most of them, even if I didn't get them all. That's fine. Why not? Oh, I can't even wear that. That's right. I'm gonna have to probably put a strength next level anyway, just so I can do. Just so I can wear some stuff. And what we're really looking for on equipment like that is something that's socketed. Because we can give it ruins. You can put those ruins into sockets, and ruins are gonna go a long way. They're gonna transform the item into something much, much better. But if you've played Diablo 2, all this is probably pretty obvious to you. You know all this stuff already. But there's a lot about this game that a lot of people don't know. Even if you've played it a lot, it's great to find the waypoint, and it's especially great that it is right here next to the tower. Yeah, like lots of people played this game when they were young, and if you're young and you know the internet was just not what it is now, there's so many details that people missed, and like I still find myself learning little bits and pieces about the game that I just had no clue on. Or maybe I had like a suspicion that that's how something worked, but now I'm just kind of discovering, okay, this is the actual mechanic behind that thing. And it's an old game, meaning they're not always super forward about how everything works. Sometimes you just are expected to figure things out on your own anyway. Oof. These archers are very nasty. I don't think I want to be standing here at all. Now if you get, like, this place is very risky if you get one of those archer boss groups. Oh, did not want that. yeah, there's actually a very real chance that you just die very quickly, especially if it's like extra strong or cold enchant. It's a really bad one. But as we do this a couple more times, level up a bit more. Maybe find some better gear. Like I said, I'm probably under-leveled for this place. And under-leveled is funny. Like, if you look at my experience bar, it's not moving a ton. Under-leveled in this game up to, I think, level 25 is the kind of breaking point. You'll actually learn or earn less experience from high-level enemies than you would if you were a higher level. So like most games, you know, if you're level 5 or 10 and you're killing level 20 monsters, well, it rewards you for that because, I mean, geez, it's, you know, it's a super high-level monster. How'd you do that? You're so good. But this game, up to a point, actually punishes you for it. And I think the reason, I don't actually think I need that skull. I guess I'll sell it. I'm at least pretty sure the reason for it is it's going to be the fact that if you're playing multiplayer and people are kind of bringing you further than you should be, you know, you don't just like level up crazy fast, and it's going to keep BattleNet and the ladder and all that a little more competitive. So I mean, it makes sense. What's this do in a helmet, by the way? Regen man in life. Yeah, it's no good. I'll just sell it. What do we got? Okay, so this is the Countess, who's going to be dropping lovely charms for me. If I'm lucky, the right ones. Right, I'll put up that strength like I said I would. Keep Firebolt going now. But I highly encourage anyone who watches this and has not watched a speedrun of this game. I mean, there's lots of good speedrunners. I think Mr. Llama SC is probably the most popular. Though he's got, you know, more of a focus on like entertainment and different kinds of runs. Stuff that's going to be a little more similar to this, you know, try a challenge run, but much faster than I'd be able to do it. Jeez, this is brutally slow. So I'd recommend checking out his stuff. But then there's guys like Indrik, very, very talented. Teo does a good job managing like a lot of the... and then I guess I just save and quit here, eh? Managing a lot of the kind of speedrun stuff. And it's not a speedrun that you would think is that interesting if you're just big into speedruns generally. 2 decks. See, 2 decks is not really good, but I suck at the game. And so whatever's going to give me the tiniest chance to dodge more. And, oh, oops, I didn't actually mean to do that. Okay. Get my hotkeys mixed up. And so, yeah, I might as well hold on to it. It doesn't really matter about putting these in the stash, other than it's just going to save some space. So I think it's, right, it's Tal S is what you really want with 2 socketed armor. That's kind of the dream here.
It's locked.
Oh, I don't have any keys, right? But yeah, it's not a speedrun that you would think is like that much fun, because it's like, man, isn't this a game of total randomness? And, you know, how are you supposed to optimize that in a speedrun? Don't you just get these lucky runs? And there's some truth to that, for sure. I mean, there's definitely truth to that. Of course, that's, you know, that's how the game works, basically. But what I find is it's a really engaging speedrun, actually for that reason, because you have to do lots of things to... invisible lightning, that is a nasty, nasty bug that exists here. Hopefully they fix that for Resurrected. Yeah, people have to adapt their speed runs based on what drops they're getting, the maps that they're seeing. You know, they have to take certain risks. And something that's really cool about the game that I don't think is true about all that many speedruns, not ones that I'm aware of anyway, and I'd actually be really curious to learn about any that have the same thing, which is you have to level up. And I really do mean have to, because when you get to the Ancient's Way, unless there is an undiscovered bug to skip it, you have to be a certain level to complete it. And so you actually have to spend time, like, grinding experience to level up to be able to beat the game. And that's interesting, because most RPG speedruns, like, maybe not all of them, but a lot for sure, you're kind of finding these, like, cheeky ways through the game. You use, like, overpowered items, or, yeah, skips, and all kinds of things that'll get you through it faster, but you're only going to level up from the necessary points of the game. Whereas this one, you know, that's got to be a huge point of emphasis is, yeah, how do I go about leveling up? 2 strengths, alright, sure. I don't really know the strength requirements for many things. I think 17 is good, but is it like 22 for hard leather armor or something? So the 2 might become relevant if I drop another 5 into it. Guess we'll find out. Oof. Yeah, this is what I mean. These boss archer groups, I might have to be especially careful here. Like, these are harder than the actual boss of this area. Especially because we're having, like, a ranged battle. I can't even run up close here. And extra strong, exactly what I didn't want. Shit. Why not? What do we got? 10% enhanced defense. Completely useless. So yeah, I think Diablo 2 speedruns have become my favorite game to watch speedruns of. And it used to actually be Dark Souls. I used to really enjoy Dark Souls speedruns, which I'm gonna get a little more life. I don't feel super confident here. Which, you know, they kind of dropped off for me because of a lot of, you know, skips, optimizations, that kind of stuff. But I did really like watching all of that develop. If you watched early Dark Souls speedruns, it was fascinating to see the different paths people would take, and people were trying all kinds of different strategies. So much so that I'm pretty sure the... Ooh, this is nasty. So I guess she's got pretty good fire resistance. So much so that, yeah, I think the... Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I think the current speedruns look nothing like the early ones. I don't know if there's a single bit of crossover in all that. Boy, she is very buggy. Hey, Talas! That is exactly what we want, right? We can get a stealth from that. Of course, we can't actually use a stealth.
Good to see you.
Yeah, no 2-socketed armor. I would actually go ahead and buy that. If I could.
Greetings.
So yeah, let me think for a second here. I think, though, I'll get those out of my inventory, why not? I think I want to go through just to level up a bit more. Now the other one, I'm not sure, but I might have to Google real quick. Is Leaf. If I'm going to stick to Fire Sorceress, Leaf gives like, I think +2 to all fire skills and 3 to firebolt or something like that. But I actually couldn't tell you off the top of my head what the ruins for it are. So I think anyway, because I probably don't have them unless it just happens to be the other 2 that are sitting in my inventory, or there's the ash, which would be convenient, but yeah, I doubt is the case. I also think it's probably another high level thing, or higher than level 8 requirement. But yeah, I might just go ahead and Google that after a few more runs here. Oh, didn't need to drink that potion. Yeah, these guys are also, it can be a little nasty, but at least they're slow. Not too worried about them. Wow. Let's, oh, +4 strength, so
I can't carry
getting all my strength through equipment and charms, which is fine. Lets me get early vitality, and for someone who's not like a pro speedrunner, that actually makes a difference. See, I'm not really sure what I'm hoping for out of these runs. Experience is good. Actually, if I'm going for experience, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure there's one. Ooh, this is bad. There's 1 and possibly 2 guaranteed bosses on each level of the tower, but I should actually be running around looking for them. But I'm actually not sure what the more optimal way is. If it's that, or if it's just more runs and then you get more runes. I'm okay not being the most optimal. Oh boy. So what are these stone skin? Well, at least this isn't, oh, I'm gonna snag that. Or not. Just run right by it. It's also fine. Yeah, those rejuve potions are nice just for the instant heal on hardcore. Between that and the immediate save and exit after hitting escape, those are 2 pretty necessary tools in your tool belt. Alright, so what do we got here? I mean, diamonds are actually okay. Yeah, let's just do something like that. Let's see what we got here. 6 to life, I'll take it. Not bad. Oh, wrong button. Alright, so just hope for, I mean, different ruins, I suppose. Then again, I guess it could be overlapped with Calpath. I'm not sure. I want to say it's tier something. Of which I believe I already have, right? We're 9. 9, and this is 12, hey? I think that's pretty much the main ability I'll be using for most of the game then, is the fireball. Though that being said, I'm not sure how it stacks up on level 1. Though if I've got Leaf, I suppose it starts at like level 3 or something. Alright, tier F. I mean, seems good. Yeah, let me actually take a minute here. Whatever, let's go into big screen mode. Yeah, I want to see Diablo 2 Leaf. What is it? Is tier Ral? Oh, Ral is actually quite hard to get, and you have to be level 19. Is that right? Oof. Okay, 3 to fire skills, 3 to fireball. So let's start at level 4. Okay. But yeah, level requirement of 9 and tier RAL. That is not the greatest. Okay. Well, I suppose we're just gonna have to live with that. Now I think the Countess can actually drop RAL runes, but I think it's like the highest one she can drop or something. So pretty rare. Damage reduced by 1. Yeah, sure. It's hardcore. Why not? What do we got here? Oops. I very often sell potions instead of just shift clicking them into my bag. It's like control click versus shift click. Okay, I'll look for more bosses here. Maybe once we get to 10, I'll just... like, maybe just do one more run of this and keep going. So yeah, like if I poke over here, am I guaranteed to get a boss? Something like that. There we go. Optimize our experience gain a little bit here. Not bad. And this is also going a little bit faster. I think the level ups are doing good work here. Yeah, then I don't think 10 is particularly under-leveled for the next area. I mean, maybe it is. See, again, I'm not sure if I should like pop over to that side room and look for another boss or not, but it's fine. Ah, there we go. We got something here. Of course, archers, our favorite. Spectral hit. Not cold enchanted, but almost as bad. At least they don't blow up when they die. That's really the one that drives me crazy. Okay. Yeah, I think we can hit 10 after this run. We're very, very close if we don't. So I'll pop over here, see what this area has to offer us. Not much. There could be a boss over there, but that's fine. Not gonna waste our time. Of course, Fire Enchanted, also not the greatest. It's a lot of damage. Now, I'm not sure if they get resistances to fire because of Fire Enchanted. Maybe at like higher levels or something. Maybe it's only noticeable at those levels. Oof, that is just... yeah, that is not nice. I do know they explode when they die, though, which, you know, I'll oops, try to avoid if I can. Those explosions have been the death of many hardcore characters. If they don't kill you, they certainly will give you a heart attack. And with the sorceress, it's, you know, even though I'm dumping all these stats into vitality, it's not great because she gets less HP per level. Like, that's another one of those things you might have sort of intuitively known if you played the game when you're younger, but not exactly how it worked, which is every character gets different, yeah, that's the explosion. Different amounts of, like, HP and mana when they level up. Let's just see. See, I mean, normally I wouldn't pick up stuff like this, but why not? It gives me a slight boost. Defense isn't a big deal, but the life is nice. The resistance is nice. So yeah, the sorceress is getting, I believe it's 2 HP per point of vitality. It's not 1, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2. But she gets a bunch of mana per point of energy. Which, if you're not putting anything into it, is still nice for... Oh, didn't need to drink that. For the... Okay, let's double check. Right, 2? Yeah, it's 2. Still nice for all the equipment that gives you energy. But that's about it. Oh, I might as well do that. The Inferno skill is useless. If anyone's wondering why I don't go for the... you know, the next level fire ability. I believe it's actually bugged. Like, it says it does tons of damage, but it actually does almost nothing. Because, yeah, what does it say? 12 to 25 per second. And yeah, if you use it, it is not 12 to 25 per second. Holy crap. And I got a towel. Double towel rail. I feel like my luck in this has been crazy, and if I had any talent as a speedrunner, I would be extremely happy here. So what do we got here? Towel, and then a rail. Interesting. I've already forgotten the order for leaf. I just remember it was a rail, and you got to be 19, which it actually says on it. Shift click, don't sell. That should be fine. Yeah, and then we can move on. And stealth's kind of similar, because I think stealth is... Geez, what is it? 16 or something? That you gotta be? Oh. Maybe. Maybe. We're hoping for 2 sockets here. 1 socket. Useless. But yeah, because stealth is... It's like movement speed and faster hit recovery. So you're going to get staggered less when you get hit, which is a big deal. And movement speed's just nice. I mean, like I said, I'm not really speed running, but running away from enemies is nice. And also, you know, it's a single player game about, like, clear speed, kind of. You know, not in the same way that Path of Exile pushes clear speed, but it's a somewhat big metric, so the move speed is quite nice. Also just feels fun to have. Boy, these things are taking forever to kill too. Let's get this. It's okay. Light radius, the most useless stat ever. The strength's not really good, but we're getting to a point where some of these magic items can start doing stuff for us. I mean, rings are going to be one of the bigger ones with, like, faster cast rate, so you're casting your spells quicker. Topaz. I don't think Topaz really does anything for us. There we go. Rings you can be excited about. Oh, I guess we're over here. This is what it's saying. Yeah. Oh wait, why does this look so weird? I mean, that's what I thought. It was like at the corner. I swear I've never seen this before. This is so bizarre. Like, it looks like an area you should be able to go. But you can't unless, I don't know, you like clip through the wall or something. That's cool. That was mean. But yeah, even if we get the faster cast rate, again, the weirdness of this game, it works super bizarre. So this is something that experienced players may or may not know, which is that faster cast rate is only sometimes useful. how could that be? You very clearly ask. So the way that this game works, it's useless. The way this game works is based off of frames. Like a lot of old games are based off of frames. I'm sure people have seen stuff like this. So if you put in, well, I gotta remember my map reading. I think this means that it's to the left. I think you're guaranteed to have the barracks be to the left here. Oh, there we go. 2 sockets. I'm just gonna swap it for the. I don't want to walk around with that, even though it's not technically better for now. But yeah, if you've ever played like or tried to install a really old game on your computer, and then you just see that it. Oh, hi, cat. You just see that it runs extremely fast. Oh, so it's not left. See, my map reading is out the window. It must mean straight ahead then. I think that's what it means. I mean, 50% chance to get it right and look smart. I think it's like there means straight ahead then, and then back right means it's to the left, and back left means it's to the right. Something like that. But those old games that run super fast, it's because it's based on frames, new hardware. Yeah, I gotta pet my cat. She's so cute. Alright. The new hardware is just gonna push how many frames you can get. Yeah, you're so cute. And if it pushes how many frames you get, it pushes all these mechanics in the game that are based off of frames. So things like attack speed, you know, just how fast characters are moving around in the world. Like I remember firing up Ultima. I was a big Ultima player when I was a kid, and there we go, totally right. And being a big Ultima player, you know, it's a game that isn't that I didn't know ran on frames, and all of a sudden the game is like 100 times faster than I remembered it being. All the monsters, how fast I went, like it was, holy cow. I'm just gonna ignore that. This is a little dicey. It was basically completely unplayable is what I'm getting at. And you actually have to have like emulator type things, so that's where, you know, DOS box and those sorts of raptors come into play, because they're able to throttle things like frame rate. Okay, let's just not die. And if they throttle those things down, then you're at a more manageable number, and it's kind of cool because a lot of times they'll let you control things like that a bit better, and you can actually play these super old games at like twice the speed or something like that. You know, faster than you're used to because you're presumably a better gamer now, but also faster than was intended. Hi cat. Okay, so if this is over here, then it means the hammer, the malice is up here. Lightning enchanted is always annoying. And we just got rid of our lightning resistance, right? I still got 9. I don't know why I said that super German, by the way, to make it sound like none. But yeah, so this game running on frames, going back to my original point, why does that matter for something like faster cast rate? Well, for faster cast rate, if it's based on frames, it means you actually have to make a jump in the number of frames that the animation would be. So if you're at, you know, 10 frames to cast an animation and you go 10% faster, then you'll go down to 9, because, you know, that is a like 10% reduction. But if you were at 5 frames and then you're supposed to cast 10% faster. Well, it wants to go faster, but it's not a full frame, so you just don't get the benefit, is basically how that works, which is super unfortunate. So to add to the confusion of that, I don't want to get like stun locked by this guy, so I'm just going to run in a circle and grab that. To add to the confusion, all these characters, and I don't remember these numbers off the top of my head, but every character, just like you get different amounts of, vitality or health and mana with each point of vitality and energy, you're also going to get different numbers of frames for your casting animations. And so, a sorceress, like, again, I'm just kind of making up numbers, but their base animation might be 12 frames, whereas a barbarian's base animation is 14 frames. And so what does 10% faster cast rate mean for a sorceress? Well, it means something different to a sorceress than it does to a barbarian. So what you end up with is these like faster cast rate tables almost, like these breakpoints, these numbers that you need to memorize, or obviously you can look up, but if you want to optimize the character that you built, then yeah, you're going to be like, well, I don't have an actual frame jump from this percent to that percent, and so I'm not going to use this piece of gear, which gets super confusing. So I don't know if they've got answers for that directly as far as D2 Resurrected goes. I'm going to play this safe and just shoot these guys through the wall for a bit. As far as I understand, D2 Resurrected is still going to, because you're basically running just a prettier version of the game over top of the old version, right? Like you can switch between old and new graphics and all that on the fly. It means that that's still going to be a thing, so you're actually still going to have to know that for D2 Resurrected, at least know that that's how the mechanic works. But they did say that, like, when you bring up the character screen, and I think they showed it as well, there's like a detailed panel here that'll keep track of things like faster cast rate. So, you don't have to remember or go and add up all your equipment to know that you're sitting at 72% faster cast rate or whatever. But I'm going to guess, unless they've answered otherwise, ooh, this is real nasty, that you're still going to have to kind of figure out on your own whether that faster cast rate has, any kind of benefit, or if it's one of those useless steps. You know the number, but you don't know how much benefit unless you put in the legwork to find out. It's just a little tip for people who are maybe unfamiliar with that kind of stuff. And I imagine there's going to be a lot of that once, check this out. Once the game comes out, 27 strength, yeah, I just don't think I care. Lots of questions as to, like, wait, how does this work? You sort of expect it to work more like a modern game and be somewhat intuitive. And there's probably going to be lots of learning for people who either just didn't know all that stuff when they played this game before, or, maybe they're playing the game for the first time now, and just kind of learning that and wanting to take it more seriously, and ladder and all that kind of stuff. I'm just looking at, like, stream uptime, and it's absolutely bonkers. Talking about speedrunning before, looks like the stream's been up for for almost an hour now. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's like the world record for beating the game with a sorceress. The strategy actually, again, unless it's changed, I think involves you come into the jail here and you find this like particular tile that will spawn minions or champions or whatever, like the boss guys, right next to the waypoint. And then you're just going to farm those instead of the tower, so you don't even bother with what I did in the tower, getting ruins and stuff like that. And that's where like the RNG just gets crazy. You know, this is like a recent development too. The RNG just gets insane. It's actually kind of a silly run for the sorceress, but people run like different characters, and records are held for each character individually. You know, the paladin world record is different than the sorceress world record because she's the fastest. And yeah, when they farm that, they basically just farm it until they get teleport, and then teleport through the entire game. Like, just, you know, do that, teleport, kill a couple things here and there, so you hit that level 20, and then you just go ahead and beat the game. It's actually wild to watch. Yeah, you can beat it in normal, anyway, in like under an hour. But of course there's also like hell speed runs, and those are, I want to say, just under 4 hours, something like that, for a sorceress. Maybe over 4 or close to 5 for some of the other classes. Alright, finally done with this. Get the waypoint. Yeah, I'm actually thinking I might do a good amount of Diablo content here, and depending how much people are kind of interested in it. But I really enjoy the game. Like, I fire it up at different points, like every year or two, and I'll play for a while. I really like hardcore stuff, and I wouldn't mind just doing kind of strange runs like this, you know, something that's a little more challenging, or something that's a little, if not challenging, just weird and different, you know, that other people don't generally play, something that I've probably never played. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get in on the, you know, the D2 resurrected train, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Assuming it's not like how Warcraft 3 got butchered in their Reforged. But if it ends up being, yeah, just like a good enough product, especially if they do like updates and there's big support for it, I mean, that would be crazy. I think I'll be playing that, but I'll probably be doing more like meta builds and stuff when it first comes out. I really like the Amazon. Oops. So I'll probably do, you know, Amazon and what is it, Lightning Fury or whatever, the thing where you like throw the javelin and it splits into a million other javelins, like lightning bolts as it hits stuff. I think I'd probably end up doing something like that to start, and then, yeah, depending if I'm playing with friends or trying to establish myself on ladder or whatever, I might try a few other classes, builds, as new seasons and stuff come out, but not as much of the goofy, silly stuff right off the bat. And so that's where I'm thinking, let's get some of that in before the game comes out, you know, before I feel the need to take it a little more seriously. So if people have suggestions, or you know, want to point me in the direction of some fun builds, I'm all ears for that kind of stuff. I think that'd be very cool. Or fun runs or something, right? Like if it's jeez, these guys are annoying. Let's get some boots. Why not? We don't have boots, right? Yeah, even if it's not like a build that's going to take you Oh, here we go. All the way to hell. Then, yeah, I'd still like to... Still like to play around with it. Okay, so 15 to 35, but this thing explodes in a radius, and this is 24. How did I do this now? Go like Z and C. This eats more mana, I assume? Yeah? Yeah, twice as much mana. Oh, but it's just so much better. Having this AoE is going to be just fantastic. And I think pretty quickly it's going to scale. Like after 1 or 2 more points here, it's going to scale to be better than Fireball. If I really want to optimize, I'd be switching back and forth a lot more, but oh my god, that just feels so good. Ignore the waypoint. Yeah, I've almost never used this skill just because, you know, Blizzard Sorcerer is the Ice Orb one. That's kind of the meta thing, and that's the only character I played, and I think I did Frost Nova most of the way up to that. But yeah, this is cool. Very fun. It's one of the things with the skills in this game. I find like it's a fun game, don't get me wrong. Really great game. But some of the skills are so unbelievably janky that I just like can't satisfyingly play the build. I tried a druid actually. You know, when I was young, I didn't have the expansion, so the druid and the assassin, I just like never played as a kid. So not until I got older did I actually try it, and I thought from looking at the druid, oh, the wind druid, right, with the tornado and blizzard and stuff, actually seems like a lot of fun. It looks cool, but then once you play with the skill, you realize how those I don't know if it's just called tornado or whatever, but those little tornadoes, how they move about. It's almost similar to like how charged bolt moves, where it's kind of random. I think though it is deterministic. I don't know if charged bolt is deterministic, but even if it's deterministic, it is not intuitive. I'm sure you can learn kind of how the pathing works if you play with it a bunch, but I don't know. I made it all the way to hell, and at that point where the game starts getting more difficult, I'm just gonna play this safe. Yeah, the game starts getting more difficult. I just bailed on it. It stopped being fun to sure, repair my stuff. Stopped being fun to use this ability that's just so crazy janky. You know, one that I thought was really janky was the Paladin's Blessed Hammer, or whatever it is. I probably don't need to buy that many potions, actually. That's a little overkill. But that, yeah, the hammer, it's not so bad because it starts in the same place and kind of rotates out. You get to learn it pretty quick. But sometimes you have trouble hitting guys that are like real close up to you. And so I thought that was janky, and then I went to the druid, and I was like, oh, okay, I had no idea what jank was. This is horrendous kind of thing. So I should probably be switching to Firebolt here if I wanted to really optimize, but you know, this is just cooler, so I'm gonna shoot the explodey thing. Focus a bit here. Not a real tough fight, but if you let your guard down, you can still die to stuff like this, even if you've killed her like 100 million times. Or you can die to the fire after you kill her, which, yes, I have done before. No items? Is that possible? That happens? That's crazy. And then another weird thing that a lot of people might not know. If you kill Andario there, and don't quit the game, and then head east, and then you can quit the game, you can do whatever, you like activate a bug where every time you kill Andario from this point on, like, do I really need these diamonds? Probably not, but whatever. Every time you kill her from that point on, it's like killing her for the first time, which, as you can see from my experience there, doesn't always mean a whole lot. But usually she'll have better drops, you know, the first time. First time you actually end up killing her. That only works with Andario. I don't think you can do the other bosses without being in multiplayer. So I'm going to do this. Like, this is one of the optional quests I actually want to do because you get a skill point for it. Skill point's very good, obviously. But I also think this is going to be tough with all these Burning Dead, who I assumed and can now see are very resistant to fire. So yeah, this will be annoying if we get some of those archers for sure, which we're pretty much guaranteed to get. But we can put the skill point into what? Firebolt, and then it'll just give us synergy with, is it? Yeah, Fireball, this is called. At least we've got AoE now by this time, though, even if it is, you know, getting resisted and it's not doing all that much damage. I mean, this would just be... Oh, that's not even worth it. Yeah, this would just be nearly impossible. Oh, great. They're not necessarily impossible, but, you know, super slow. I'm gonna have to go back to town. Which I don't want to do while I have an experience shrine. I'd like to optimize this if I can. Try to shoot things that are probably not resistant to fire as well. Okay, that's not bad. At least we get the tiny bit of sustain from this shrine. If I don't die. But we're still gonna have to go back to town now. We'll just make it fast. Get this. Okay, yeah. How do you do this again? Yeah. Not too bad. Waste some time. But I'd really like to see what the next level of Fireball is going to look like for us. That's kind of why I'm so obsessed with this experience shrine. As good as it... Jeez. If I could click on this guy. As good as they are in general. Yeah, usually the first couple levels of any skill are just going to be such a big boost that you're really going to care about it. So... and yeah, having never run this before, I just don't know what to expect. Whatever. My belt's all out of whack. I go a little crazy when my belt is out of whack like that. But it's just like a, you know, compulsionary thing. There's not a real mechanical purpose why I go crazy. It just feels wrong. It's kind of like reloading constantly in shooter games. Holy cow. You know, you shoot like 2 bullets and then you feel the need to reload. It's kind of that way with like having my my belt all fixed up and optimized there. I don't know what that is. What do you call that? somewhat OCD, I guess, but not like seriously OCD. I guess there's different degrees of it. Come on, give me that level. Thank you. I think I can still avoid strength for a while. What is this, 15 to 35? Wow! 31 to 54. Makes me make noises that I've never made before. Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. Jeez, if I can get that that leaf, it's going to be a huge, huge difference. Now this Radamant fight, probably going to be a little bit annoying. But even here, like, you can just immediately see the difference. This is not too bad. The Radamant's got a bunch of those, the Burning Dead around, but also whatever just like gray ones are. I don't know if they're horrors in this. I think they were in the first one. Ugh. He's hitting a little hard.
I need mana.
Okay. Well, I want your potions, but again, I don't want my belt all messed up. Yeah, this is real slow going with this thing. I know I'm not the fastest to begin with, but holy cow, like I have done this, like I said, with the Frost Nova. And what are we in? We're like an hour 10 in. Oh yeah, I'm sure I was much further than this at the hour 10 mark. I have been killing a lot of stuff as well. Playing it a little bit more safe because don't necessarily want to. Don't want to die and have to restart either. I mean, that's so much worse. I'll stick with the fire. The biggest time save you can have is just not dying. Now, if I die in like Nightmare or Hell or something, then I don't think I'm gonna remake the character. I'll just make something else that seems fun. Like I said, if anyone's got good suggestions or something, maybe I'll try one of those next. Is this Radamant? No. But yeah, if I die in normal, I mean, that would just be devastating. I'd have to restart. Too embarrassing to die in this game in normal. I mean, unless you're new to the game. It's compared to modern games, it's actually more difficult. But I mean, I have played this game for countless hours. Jeez, I don't even know how long. Enough, dude. Okay, this is rad. And yeah, with how much I've played, I feel like I have no excuse for dying early, unless it's like, cursed extra strong and I teleport into the middle of the pack or something. But we can't get teleport because we're only in the fire tree. I guess I'll just use these really, really crappy healing potions. Yeah, hey, block those guys. That's cool. Well, see, this isn't bad. Man, single target as you level it up is really impressive. Oof. Yeah, I like that. Shit, I'll get the scroll, even though I don't need it. So we do that, learn that. Can't do that. So is it 31 to 54? There's no reason for warmth. It's terrible. Extra 3 damage or something. That's, what is it? Yeah, 2 to 3 damage. That's pretty bad. But hey, nothing better to spend it on. Okay, do that. Guess I'll just repair this stuff, stock up on potions. Yeah, gonna need some more. I'm actually just going to get rid of these. Purposefully selling for once. Buy a few of these. Yeah, and then I think gonna be it for now. I'm just gonna get some other things done, and yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna be back streaming a bit more Diablo today. Maybe some other stuff as well. Maybe some Cuphead or something. Get back to that. But yeah, fun doing that. So stay tuned. We'll try to get all the way through hell. Thanks for watching.